Live on this new platform. I believe I'm trying to figure this all out. So right now, I've switched over to a new streaming platform. We're gonna try it out and see if this can help me do both Twitch and YouTube at the same time for these lives. And if this works out really nicely, we might do even more live stuff. But I am not seeing this how I used to typically. So if you're seeing this live, let me know. I think I have some sort of let's see, some sort of I have some sort of chat going on here a little bit. Guys, it's brand new and I'm trying to figure this out. But let's see here. So anyways, let's go here, take this off, and let's start the music. It's the Hoops Nerd Show. All right, guys, let me know if you're seeing that. I'm going to go to YouTube right now and just go live. And sorry, guys, this one's kind of a testing thing right now. Let me go to my view your channel. Let's see. All right, so I think we're live. You're seeing that. I'm going to go to YouTube right now. Yeah, you're hearing my desktop audio. Sorry, guys, I'm hearing myself. Kind of a testing. I'm going to just mute this. Okay, so it looks like we're live. All right, look, thumbs up from Kellen Hansen. All right, so this is unique. I'm actually doing this through Streamlabs, which is pretty cool. And now I'm going to move this over. I think we have some sort of... Sorry, guys, this is brand new, so I'm testing this out. And I'm going to just 100%... let's bring up this dashboard and see what that does. Let's see. All right, so we'll just kind of play around with this, and we're gonna just keep going. For some reason, it doesn't look like it's working on Twitch. If you're on Twitch and you're seeing this, let me know. I don't know why. Like, we connected this. The whole point was to be able to multi-stream, and I don't know if it's working. So anyways, we're going to have to figure this out again. So yeah. Anyways, the Utah Jazz, let's see. Is this going well? I don't know if it's going well. I don't know. Can you all hear this? Let's see. Do I need to add chat? Let's see. Let's see where... because I would like to have the chat on here. There's a lot of things like in like a perfect world, I'm able to add a chat here and not have to be on 4 different screens, just one. That's kind of the benefit of this. But yeah, also let me know. Did you guys hear the intro? It's not showing me the sound, kind of like OBS did. Look at that. Supernova's following on Twitch. Welcome, Supernova. I guess, are we live? I don't know. I don't know. Dumb Twitch is being really frustrating. I was really hoping this would just work. I don't know what I'm doing. I might do some testing tomorrow to see. But anyways, hello, Supernova. I see you in the Twitch chat there. Okay, wow. So I'm seeing the chat. I guess this is kind of how you guys see it on YouTube. I'm seeing it for the first time. I usually saw it through the live stream screen. So just a little behind baseball here. I used to use OBS, which is a free open source streaming platform that also records. Now, I'm using Streamlabs, which comes with a cost, not free. So, but it comes with some benefits. I can apparently multi-stream onto YouTube and to Twitch, because I figure if I'm streaming on YouTube and people can grow and I can grow on Twitch too, why not? And if we want to do some more lives for fun, why not? And who knows, maybe I don't know. I figured that there's a lot of opportunities to just kind of do more. When I'm doing this, I might as well have it on. Oh, is it off now? It should be off. I think it was playing my desktop audio and I muted my video here. So anyways, I'm trying this out. We'll see if it's worth it. If it's not, we'll go back to OBS. OBS is my reliable friend that has worked for the last decade of doing this channel. I would like this Streamlabs, which is kind of like a new, kind of a Ferrari, to be honest. And there's a lot it can do for me. I don't know if the viewer actually really notices the differences, but I do. But it has to work, right? If you don't know how to drive a stick shift and you got a Ferrari stick shift, then not doing you a lot of good. But the goal is to be able to do both, and I think it could be fun to grow on Twitch. And what's exciting too, sorry guys, this is just channel talk, but also the podcast is growing, which is exciting. I should have just been posting that for a long time. I've found ways to just make sure I put that up there. And one thing that's nice is Spotify has been very pro video pod, and that's what this is. So when I do these, I go stream live and record, which is something that they do for you. You know what, Lee? I'm actually I'm pretty good with OBS. That's the thing, is I know OBS pretty darn well. There's not a lot of people out there that know OBS better than me, to be honest. I have used OBS to its absolute max. But one of the issues has been I appreciate it, Lee. One of the things is that it has some limitations with multi-streaming, and that's one of the things that Streamlabs can do. And it's just something I want to see. If it's worth it, I'll do it. And I can... honestly, with my taxes, I can write this stuff off, so it's kind of worth it. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't know. But anyways, right now, the goal is to just multi-stream, and it still doesn't, at least from what it's showing me, appear, but people are following. I don't know. So we're trying. All right, so let's see here. I'm in my different overlay here. And let's pull, okay, well, that's the old transition thing. So delete, or no, that's supposed to not even show up. You know, see, okay, that's you. There, okay. But where is, oh, did I delete it? Okay, that was a thing I did. Well, great. Here we go. So we're going to add a source here. Not game catcher. Let's see. Sorry, guys. This is just add source. Add source. Boom. There we go. And we're going to put it there. Yay! Okay. There we go. There we go. You guys saw my old thing. I'm also going to put alerts on there, things that I can do in Streamlabs. So, for example, one thing that's nice about Streamlabs is that I can put like alerts on there. If you are a longtime Hoops Nerd channel, and a lot of the OGs, the All-Stars, and members are familiar, but I used to have a thing that would pop up like show an animation, and it used to be my pixel animation. Streamlabs can do that. So if someone subscribes or joins or whatever, I can do little animations with that. It's a thing that Streamlabs can do, which would be kind of fun. So if someone donates, it can show like a thing. So anyways, we're going to do that. It's pretty fun. So anyways, let's go back here. And by the way, it was an extremely successful tank night for the Utah Jazz. Just extremely successful. And when you look at this, let's see. First, before we go to the Jazz, the Kings were doing pretty well against Boston. They lost, but it's nice to see Zach LaVine is back. I have not paid it. Watching a Kings game is torture. It's truly torture. So I don't watch them a lot. They are probably tanking, worse than us. I don't know. But what was extremely successful is the Pelicans are winning. And I was watching this game. They're pretty good. Like Zion Williamson is quietly having a good season, and he is now staying healthy. And when you have Derek Queen on the floor with Zion Williamson, the defense isn't the greatest, but man, are they a tough cover because both can drive to the basket. They're different and they're unique. Like Zion Williamson is just pure raw power and athleticism with just insane touch. And Derek Queen is very Jokic-esque, where it's like size, but with extreme skill and touch and passing. And they're just kind of fun to watch. And it's only a matter of time before the Pelicans pass up the Jazz because they're playing better. Look at that. 22 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists for Derek Queen. He is just very sorry, guys. He is very Jokic-esque, where he is going to be a triple-double guy for a long time. Very good. So they're going to start passing up the Jazz here, and I actually hope they just go higher and higher and higher, and it's one less team to worry about in the tank race. Utah, at the very least, is going to be in the 5 spot come lottery night. But I think we can just talk about this now. Look at this. So after tonight, this was a monumental loss, my friends. This was a big one because, let's see. Man, come on, OBS. Or not OBS. Streamlabs. No. There we go. There we go. This was monumental. This was a big deal because what this does, Utah is now only a game back of the Brooklyn Nets. They've got more games to go. Utah is 1-9 in their last 10. That is the best tanking record out there right now. Look at Indiana, 5-5, and Utah's going on the road. They're going to play them. You can bet that's going to be monumental. Washington 2-8 in their last 10, but guess what? Utah's 1-9. That's one game catching up. And if Utah plays Washington on this trip or at any point, you can bet like nobody is going to play. So anyways, this tank race has really just kind of turned into the bottom 6. Utah's going to pass New Orleans, and I think Utah has a real shot to be at 2 or 3. That should be the goal. It's very possible. Very possible. The Kings are bad at this, somehow in the number 1 spot. But Utah can pass them. Yeah, I'm very excited. Lose to Brooklyn tonight. They have a lot of talent that's playing better and better. Utah, just by going to the number 5, goes from a 37% in the top 4 to 42. For the number 1 overall, it just adds 1.5%. This has obviously been flattened out with the dumb new lottery rules. But if Utah can get to this 3 spot, and I think it's possible, this gives you the best possible odds, while also making your floor the 7 spot. That's the worst. That's the lowest they could fall. We know this is important because of what happened last year in the lottery. Utah and Brooklyn and Washington were all 3 extremely unlucky. It wasn't just the Jazz. Thanks for going over there, Phil Gobert. I don't know why it's doing that. It's connected. It should be showing, and it's not. So I don't know. But we've already hit 16 followers on Twitch. The goal is 20. When we get to 50, what happens then? Do I become famous? Is that what happens? No, just kidding. 20 followers. Oh yeah. But anyways, Utah can get to that 3 spot, and that holds the bottom. And that, like I said, last year, Utah and Washington and Brooklyn were all extremely unlucky. What's going on here? And yeah, that sucked. But because Utah had gotten that 1 spot, they got the 5, and that means Stream Elements bot running. Learn how to customize the bot here. I don't know what that is. I got bots now. What the heck? What is this, Twitter? But anyways, that meant that Utah got Ace Bailey, and you can bet that all the other teams above Utah wanted him, and they didn't, because Utah did a better job tanking, and it mattered, and it worked, and we can just do it again. It's what we're doing, and it's working. So yeah, the name of this game for the Brooklyn Nets, by the way, they played Cam Thomas. I was grateful. He was good enough in the second quarter to really be the difference in this one. You know, obviously you see the 1 for 6 from 3, not the greatest, but he was 7 for 15. He was great in that second quarter, though. He was just hitting shots like crazy. But the name of the game was Yegor Dioman, however you say it. He was awesome. 25 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists. I really liked him in the draft. It was a good reminder, and this was the same for Cason Wallace. I'm going to compare the two, and this is something I've gotten pretty. I'm not going to lie, I've gotten pretty decent at it with some of these prospects, and it's a very. This is going to sound dumb. It's a very simple rule, but watch them play. Watch them play. I really hate it in general when writers or scouts or whoever, because I've been doing this a long time, when you base your whole opinion on analytics, and that's like the majority of your opinion, you're going to miss a lot. You're going to miss a lot, especially with college basketball. College basketball is so dumb. It's so dumb. 34-second shot clock, shorter court, there's no space. They have, you have guys that are 5'8", my height, like trying to control that ball to keep the ball from going to other guys that you want to actually see play. So not only do you not see the prospect you're looking at get a fair shot to show what he can do, you're usually just trying to get the ball like you can, usually in a system that's run by a dumb coach who's not as good as, an NBA coach, obviously. And you're trying to scout these guys based off of them playing like lower level talent. Some of that talent they're playing are tryhards and tons of 5'8" guys that play 100 miles an hour. And Sizzle Main, you're not, you didn't listen to the whole analogy. I didn't say they're the same player. I'm trying to compare something. Let me get to the point, my friend. Sorry, bud. But anyways, the thing that I'm trying to get to is that everyone said that Yegor Daomin wouldn't be a good shooter. But in the NBA, look what he is doing. Let's just look. He is shooting this season from 3, 40.2%. That's pretty good for a player that everyone said couldn't shoot the 3. Sizzle Main, I know that they're not the same player. Yes, I know that. Are you listening? Just listen. Sit down. Be quiet and listen. But anyways, 40%. Now let's look at what Yegor Daomin did in college. Let's see. Yegor Daomin, college. Come on. College stats. Let's see. So, field goal percentage from 3. Okay, so 27% from 3. So, every scout just said, oh my gosh, I can't believe they'd pick him at 8. He'll never shoot a 3 in the NBA. He can't shoot at all. Why would you draft this guy who can't shoot threes? He goes from 27% from 3 in college, and now 40% from 3. This is an important thing to look at because if you watched the workouts, if you watched him play in college, the form was really nice. I went and watched him. I was courtside. I was 4 seats away from Danny Ainge watching Yegor Daomin play. And there were 2 things that I noticed. The form looked nice. His base was good. His what is it? His balance was really good in that game. He went 3 for 6 from 3, and I was like, he's a shooter. I can see it. Yeah, 27% from 3, fine. I did not love the coaching he got last year. They had him playing defense from the center position. And he was playing off of, like I said, these like 5'8" guards doing their thing. And he didn't really get a great clear shot. And plus, all these other college teams knew who he was. The whole time I was at that Utah-BYU game, they were chanting, overrated, overrated, blah, 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 blah. And he just didn't really get a clear opportunity to show what he can do. Bad court, bad spacing. Then, workouts, we saw him shoot and make like, what was it, like 33s in a row in his private workouts. He goes and he shoots it in the combine. It's just a reminder to watch them shoot the ball. Watch the plays. Look at the form. One of the things I try to do is I just try to look at how they play and be like, is this how an NBA player plays? Or is this a player in college that just has physical gifts that are more than the other players? Like if you're a player that's like 6'9" and strong, and you can just overpower guys that are on Wichita State or whoever you're playing, whatever, because they're 6'1" playing power forward, that's not an NBA shot. That's just you being stronger and bigger than other players. But guess what? When you go to the NBA, it's the great equalizer, and you better be able to make NBA shots. And when you saw Yeoman shoot the ball, it was like, oh, this is clearly an NBA shooter. Clearly. And he's been even better than I expected. But I was like, I'm not surprised he's shooting the three well, to be honest, because the form was good. And if you watch the tournament, he made some big-time buckets. I mean, go watch BYU's tournament. You're probably not going to worry about that. But if you watched last year's tournament, he looked good. Like, good. And so, yeah, I just watch them play. Don't just base it off of these analytics. Like, the stats matter, right? They do matter. But they're one part of it. You've got to be able to watch these guys play. You just do. And you've got to ask yourself, is this just a guy overpowering people in college? Or is this a player that's taking NBA shots? Is he pulling up from the free throw line and shooting it? It's why I'm a fan of Nate Ament. I'm not going to lie. I really like him. I think he's going to be a good NBA player. Because the things I've seen, he's 6'10". I have seen him drive, pull up mid-range, full speed, pull up, knock it down. And in college, I've seen him get to the basket with very little spacing, driving past his guy. What happens when he gets into an NBA setting and has space and drives to the basket? It's going to be easier, you know? With NBA spacing, Yeoman has like an extra second to get his three-point shot off, whereas in college, there was no time and no space. So anyways, now, compare this to Cason Wallace. Here's the comparison, Sizzle Main. Completely different players, but both were considered not high-level shooters in college. So let's go NBA players. Let's go to let's just search Basketball Reference. And let's look up Cason Wallace. So this is the comparison. So he's shooting from three and career 38% from three. He's a little down this year. Actually, one of the reasons why OKC's been struggling lately, but he is a 38% career three-point shooter with both seasons combined. 38% from three. What did Cason Wallace shoot in college? Let's see. Let's pull it up. 34. So he's been shooting 38% from three in the NBA, but shot 34% from three. And I remember that part of the reason he fell in the draft is that he didn't shoot it at a high percentage from three in college. Same thing. He goes into his workouts, goes and knocks down like 20 in a row, more. His form looks really good. It's why, and he's having an off year and he's shooting 35% from three. This is going to go up. He's a good shooter. Usually this, and I think he's been dealing with injury. This usually means injury. We talked about that before. So yeah, what it is yes, do stats matter? Yes, they do. And you should look at them. And if someone's just like shooting 15% from three, then, maybe that's a problem. But like, if you look at them and you can see it, and they can knock it down. The balance is good. The form is good. The release is good. Chances are they're going to be good, And that's why that's my point is I see a lot of people, talking about AJ DeBonsa and his three-point shot. The form looks good. His shot is flat as heck right now. Like when I was lucky. My work sometimes gets tickets, and I was able to get courtside. I wanted to watch AJ DeBonsa. His shot is just flat, and that seems a little fixable to me. It's a tiny bit concerning, but I think it's fixable, and I think AJ DeBonsa has a chance to be just electric. The other thing I noticed when I went and watched AJ DeBonsa is he defends, and there's people that they have like these advanced analytics that are saying that AJ DeBonsa doesn't guard. And I was like, well, when I was in person and I watched him, he was engulfing guys, and he was also going full court for a lot of that game, like full court. And Utah, who is not the best, not a very good team. They're like a 500 team, so they're like an average team at best. They're like an average team at best, and they played great against BYU this year. That the BYU beat them by like 5 points or something. Utah played out of their minds, and they needed every bit of AJ DeBonsa's defense, not just his offense, but his defense. So anyways, there's the point I was trying to make, is just because you may see the 3-point percentage not be great doesn't mean that they're not going to be a good 3-point shooter. If everything looks right and there's context there, then, you can feel good about it. All right, so that was my little Yegor Daoman. That's why I liked him. Plus, he can make every pass, by the way. It's interesting. He is like basically a 6'9" shooting guard, and he can make every pass, So he's fun to watch. I enjoyed him at BYU, and he's been really, honestly, a nice surprise for Brooklyn this year. Like, they hit at number 8. He's a nice player. Svi Mikhailiuk played 21 minutes tonight. Why did he play at all? I don't know. I don't know why he's on the Jazz. They should trade him like yesterday. I talked about this in the SLC Dunk recap, but my goodness, am I happy about Cody Williams. He has exactly SCO 6'6". It's like, it's got its value, and it's a great way to measure where you're at and things like that. But when it becomes your only measurement, like if you're talking basketball with someone on Twitter or wherever, and they come at you and be like, well, the true shooting percentage, well, his wins above, his WARP, his wins above replacement players, or, his whatever, when they bring that and that's your only argument, get out of here. That means you didn't watch the game. Sometimes I want to be like, did you watch the game? I don't want to hear true shooting percentage. Get out of here. By the way, true shooting percentage has become the thing people use when they can't hit their threes, okay? That's like code for he's not hitting his threes, but he is making his layups and getting to the free throw line. That's all that means, okay? We're not, true shooting percentage is kind of, I'm not a big, it's fine, but you know what is, it's like, what's pretty good is when you go and you look at their 3-point percentage. Like, just tell me if they're shooting 28% from 3 and you're telling me true shooting percentage, get out of here. Okay? Go away. That bugs me. Just, if they're not shooting from 3, great. Oh, not at all. Not at all. Anyone regretting Ace Bailey, not someone I would take their opinion from, to be honest. If you are out on the Ace Bailey pick, then, because he looked nice tonight, I'll tell you that much. Yeah. So anyways, Cody Williams, back to Cody Williams. I'm so excited about this guy. 3 for 6 from the field. He's just figured out how to be efficient on offense, which was a big time question mark to start the season, and last year really answered it. Now, I don't think Cody Williams is going to be an all-star. Who knows? I mean, I guess never say never. Maybe he just like gets better and better and better every season. He's only in year 2. So never put a ceiling on these players. But what I am seeing is a very nice rotation player for the Jazz, whether he's starting or off the bench, whatever he ends up being. What he is a player that defends really well. He is going to just get better on the defensive end. He's long, he's tall, he's athletic, he can handle the ball, he is a willing passer, he is a very unselfish player. And, I think he has a chance to be a nice 3-point shooter. He didn't shoot one tonight, but that 3-point percentage is just getting better. tonight. 6 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block in 28 minutes. Yeah, the production could have been better, but I loved what I'm seeing. He's just consistently impacting the game in a winning way. Just because you're not the leading scorer or the leading rebounder or shot blocker or whatever doesn't mean you're not impacting winning. If you are playing within the team defensive scheme, like that one steal he got that led to an alley-oop to Keonte George, that's just a winning play. That is a 4-point swing. Him playing good defense, him handling the ball, running a pick and roll, and then getting an assist to Keonte George. That is just winning basketball. And the more and more he does that, the more and more successful that pick looks. And Utah got him at 10. The reality is outside of the top 5, it's extremely rare you're getting a star player. After 5, it exponentially drops off that you have players that don't bust. And for the Jazz to hit on Cody Williams at 10, for him to be a rotation player that fits what the Jazz are trying to do, it's clear what they want. What they want is length, athleticism, size. Taylor Hendricks, Cody Williams, Ace Bailey, with their top pick in each of these drafts, they are picking athletes with length and size. And so it's just nice to see. Cody Williams, Ace Bailey, Taylor Hendricks are all theoretically defenders. And I think the jury, to be honest, is a little bit out on Taylor Hendricks, how effective he is defensively. But it's for sure clear that Cody Williams... I'm so sorry, guys. It's very clear that Cody Williams and Ace Bailey are looking like very nice defensive players of the future. Maybe I don't know if they turn into first team all defense, but they are definitely looking like players that can be part of a top 10 defense in the NBA. And that's exciting. And when you consider that Keonte George has upped his defensive level, you bring in another guy in this draft, whether it's DeBonsa, Peterson, Cam Boozer, whatever. I think if you get Cam Boozer, things get really interesting with Markkanen, because I think it's hard to play them at the same time. I just don't think you can. And be a good defense. But you have them on the floor, and you can build something good defensively. If they keep Walker Kessler, then I think you've got a rim protector. But I have some questions about Walker Kessler's defense as well, because he blocks well. The rim percentage numbers are good, but Utah has never had Utah with Walker Kessler or without Walker Kessler has been like one of the worst defenses in the NBA. It may not be his fault, but, we can't compare him to Rudy Gobert, because you put Rudy Gobert on the floor, you're immediately a top 10 defense because of what he does. Kessler is not that. He might get close to that, maybe, never say never, but he hasn't quite been that. And so it's going to be really fascinating next year to see, because I do think this offseason Utah will match an offer if he even gets one, or maybe they get lucky and they can just make the offer themselves and get him for cheaper. If they can get Kessler for like $20 million a year, that would be just an incredible win for this Jazz team, because Keonte George is going to get paid. He is looking like an absolute all-star star. And, they've already paid Lauri Markkanen, and I think they should pay Cody Williams. Cody Williams is probably going to come a lot cheaper, but he's someone you want to keep. Taylor Hendricks, I think, is someone you want to pay. It's going to be pretty cheap, but he's someone you don't want to give up on at all. And yeah, I'm probably, who am I missing? Yeah. So anyways, that's enough on Cody Williams. Kyle Filipowski played pretty well from the center position. He just can't defend at all. Utah has kind of figured out their tank formula here, and that is Kyle Filipowski at center. He is just unable to stop anyone. For him to be successful, it's got to be, I don't know if it's actually as much overlap with Ace as you think, Sizzlemane, because they're both long, athletic perimeter players. DeBonsa is at least better at this moment with the ball in his hands. But guess what? We saw some things with Ace Bailey tonight. And the thing is with the way the Jazz move the ball, there's no overlap there. You want size and athleticism at every spot. And if Utah gets DeBonsa, I think that is an exciting improvement on the offensive end, but also on the defensive end, because size and athleticism and length. I mean, I think Darren Peterson is the number one pick. I don't care about all this stuff going on. I think it's ridiculous. I think you pick him number one and you just are excited because he's awesome. But if you get DeBonsa, he's got length, athleticism, and size. And if you have a team where, Keonte George, Ace Bailey, DeBonsa, Markkanen, Kessler, I think that team has just as much potential defensively because of just how big you are. Just huge, great size at every position. But also, and on offense, obviously, there's going to be so many opportunities there. Now, I would love to find a stretch big for Utah at the center. That's what I've always dreamed of. That's the unicorn. If you find that, you are. That's why I would be like talking to the Suns. Can we get Malawach somehow? Please get me Malawach. But I guess if Kessler's knocking down threes, he did those first 3 games, extremely small sample size, but he was knocking them down. If Kessler can knock down threes, changes things a little bit. And the thing we've also learned is Kessler's got to be able to pass that ball. If Kessler can hit threes and also hit cutters in stride, we saw it a little bit, then Utah might have themselves quite the team next year. I think Utah's going to be really good next year. I think Utah's top 6 in the West next year. If they win the lottery, for sure. Like, if they get Darren Peterson or DeBonsa is going to be a little bit more of a development thing, I think. But if they get Peterson and you have, oh my gosh, it's just so exciting. If you get Cam Boozer, then you've got to start thinking about what you want to do with Markkanen, because I think the Jazz will likely just play him at the 3 and Boozer at the 4 and then put Bailey at the 2. And maybe that's fine, actually. I don't know. I think defensively, Markkanen at the 3 is not good. And Boozer is a little bit of a lie. Like, he's not a defensive prospect. I think he can be fine, but he's a little slow laterally as well. So I don't know. That's my take on Boozer. I think I personally would have him 3. But, watch him be Tim Duncan and be just the best, just be a top 5 guy. Who knows? He has that potential. But anyways, Filipowski can't defend the rim. He can score, though. He was pretty solid tonight, 14 points, 12 rebounds, but Utah scored 99 points and couldn't, I don't know. Filipowski's better off the bench. I'm not a big Filipowski fan, just to be honest. I don't know. I don't know if he's a winning player. He can become that. Don't give up on him. Yeah, or Caleb Wilson is the other one I love. I love Caleb Wilson. I might put Caleb Wilson above. Like, he might be 3 for me. I guess I'm just like, I know that Cam Boozer is putting up big-time numbers in college, but is it the same thing we're talking about where he's 6'10", or 6'9", and he's just crushing college guys, and he can hit the 3, so he's a very skilled player, and he's going to be good in the NBA. But then when he's in the NBA and everyone's 6'9" or above, does he struggle a little bit? That's where I'm a little like, That's why I'm kind of like 3 or 4 with Cam Boozer. I think Caleb Wilson might be 3 for me. I love Caleb Wilson, guys. I love Caleb Wilson. He's going to be awesome. Ace Bailey. All right, we got to talk about this one shot. Let's pull this up. This, let's see. It's this running pull-up shot. This is beauty. This is so great. Watch this. So Bailey has the ball. First off, he's initiating. He's dribbling the ball, something that we haven't quite seen. Well, we have seen, but he's doing it more and more. And this is exciting. This is his swing skill. If Ace Bailey can get this handle improved, it's going to be better. But this is another swing skill for him, and he showed it in this play where he can show physicality. And this means this play right here shows me so much, and I want to dissect it a little bit, but watch. So he gets the ball, he drives. Look at this. Boom. Shoulder. Is that Joman, I think? Yeah. Pulls up with balance. That is, hallelujah. That's what that is. Holy smokes. Can you feel that? Can you feel the excitement? He drives right hand, confidence, shoulder into the defender, knocks him off, immediately into the pull up. Butter. That is, guys, that is so good for two reasons. One, that he can handle with confidence into the shot and score. But if he's willing to do that kind of physicality, this means that this free throw thing is going to improve. And that's where you start to become a scorer, like a legit 20-plus point per game scorer every single night, because the free throws are what do it. I mean, Keonte George tonight was just fantastic, but one thing Keonte George has on Bailey, and that he's always had, is that ability to initiate contact and get to the foul line. He was 7 for 10 tonight. This is actually a bad free throw shooting night for Keonte George. Shout out to Keonte George for helping the cause, by the way, with these free throws. Give him the max. But anyways, that play right there is so exciting for Ace Bailey. If he can do that, that's where you just get so excited. Excited. Guys, I can't tell you how good that is. And if he can do that, so, because look at this, 5 for 10 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3, 50-40, 12 points. This is going to kind of go, this is one of those games that the lazy Nationals won't watch, and everyone will make fun of it. Although, by the way, Michael Porter Jr. has not played the Jazz once this year. You're not going to hear the Nationals talk about that. But they're all going to talk about the Jazz and their tanking, blah, blah, blah. That was a big play. And this is another development thing. This is one thing when I kind of look at these players, like, and it's why I'm excited about Cody Williams. Now, Cody Williams has got to add more to his game, but we've seen some breakthroughs with him, and you can just see the mental break that Cody Williams had, where right now Taylor Hendricks is in the midst of, although we saw a few things tonight from Taylor Hendricks to be happy about. When you see a player try a thing and it works, and then they just start doing it over and over, that's exciting, because it means they get through a mental wall, like a wall. Cody Williams, when he had that dunk early in the season, it's like he busted through that brick wall, and that confidence just went up. And now we see Cody Williams, when he gets a chance, he just drives and dunks. He just drives with confidence. And it's exciting. He broke down that barrier, and it really elevated other elements of his game. His confidence went up. He's like, oh, I can do this now. I can do this. With Ace Bailey, that's like really kind of the first time, and Thurl was excited about it, and he understands this. Like, when you can do that, it breaks down a wall. And it's like, oh, I can do that. Oh, I did that. I can do that. I'm going to do that again and again and again. One of the things I noticed it early in the game, like Ace had he had the ball early, and he had a chance to kind of drive to the basket, and he ended up just passing it off to Sensabaugh or whatever. And in my head, I'm like, no, Ace, go to the basket. It's just as much your ball as anyone. This is also AAU stuff and just basketball coaching, because I coached my boys' AAU team. Like, one of the things that you got to teach these kids, and also these players too at times, is, and some players understand it probably too much, like Cam Thomas, but that ball is you have as much a right to that ball as anyone else. And if you're always just kind of passing it off, and you don't aggressively take that ball and go to the basket, you're not going to get it. Bryce Sensabaugh is more than happy to take that ball and shoot the ball. He's not afraid. And I want Ace Bailey, what's funny is, like, be a little more selfish, And when he starts putting together these types of things where he's using physicality and able to rise up and hit in those mid-range, if he can combine that with, we've seen him just cram the ball, and we saw him dunk the ball tonight. This dunk was just absolutely incredible.
When
he's doing this type of thing, like, watch this. Like, him just, boom, sees it, goes, bam. That's like one dribble, by the way. Like, look at this. He kind of stumbles, boom, One dribble, gather Julius Irving this thing, and just cram it. I mean, that is exciting stuff. And so there are 2 plays there that he has the potential to just grow from and become even better. It's just great stuff. Welcome, Supernovo from France. Welcome, my friend. I think we have open chat. OBS had the lock on there. I don't know if the membership things are here with Streamlabs, so I don't know. So you guys are able to chat. You're welcome. Free chat tonight. That's why some of you guys are getting through. We may need to figure out how to do members only chat. We'll see. We will see. But anyways, I was really excited about that. Now, Keonte George, I guess what can be said tonight that hasn't been said before? Well, he went 9-11, never forget. 7 assists, 26 points, 7 for 10 from the free throw line. I just can't tell you how superstar, or just like all-star stuff this is. This is just all-star stuff. If you're watching this game and you had never watched either team play, you would just say that I know who the best player is, and that's Keonte George. He just is so good. So good. 26 points on 11 shots. It's crazy. He is just an elite level offensive player now. It's just awesome. And he is playing hard defensively to the point where I'm excited about him defending. I mean, he had that play in the post. He moves on defense. I think this offseason, Key is going to have to put in, if Key puts in the work and gets into just like, Olympic level, whatever you want to call it, world level elite shape, and just can crush people from minute 1 to minute 48, you've got yourself an all-star. I think Keonte George is going to be an all-star next year. I mean, it kind of depends on who the Jazz draft and that hierarchy of play, but man, is he good. So good. His ability to draw fouls is elite, and it scares defenders. They can't, they have to give him a little bit of space, and then because he has just become so efficient with his shooting and driving and finishing, he's just an impossible guard. He's so tough to guard. It's exciting. It's just fun to watch him every night. Now, the bummer is, he turned his ankle at the end of the game. I think Utah is probably going to rest him for this road trip. There is no point in endangering Keonte George at this point. He is so good, and he turned his ankle. Not great. Let's just let him rest. The Jazz are going for the pick. They don't need to. They know what they got. They got a superstar on their hands. And so let's just rest him. He can play post-trade deadline. I don't know. Oh, yeah. Isaiah Collier was a -7. I have to say, he just was not very good tonight. And it's another reason why watching the game matters. 10 points, 7 assists, 1 steal, but 4 turnovers. He kind of does these Rondo assists where it's like playing to create an assist rather than getting assists within the offense. I feel like Keonte George's assists are these are like really good. In fact, let's just do a little watch here. I hope I don't get demonetized, but like you watch Keonte George, that's just an easy one inside. But let's see.
And one reason why you'll see him.
Key is running a pick and roll here and surveying. Look at how he's surveying the court. He can either hit Mikhailuk there, but he finds and that's just the easy assist right there. That creates a 3-point shot. Let's just see here. Another 3. Let's watch this. Key is in isolation here. Spread floor. This is the benefit of a 5-out. But he drives. Look at that. He almost sham gods that thing. But then he just finds the open man. Boom. It's just simple stuff, but it's really effective. Mikhailuk, 3. These are all 3s, by the way, that he's creating. Same thing. Pick and roll here. Svi Mikhailuk comes off, just spreads the floor. Key. This is actually exciting. Look at this. Because he's such a weapon, he's getting double teamed, immediately recognizes the 3-point shooter, which is Svi, who pulls up and knocks it down. Filipowski, 4-foot driving shot. This is Key. Let's see. So Collier is playing this, gives it to Key. This is advantage basketball. He gets the ball and immediately drives. He has his defender backtracking. He, I guess, resets the player and just gives the ball to Filipowski, noticing the mismatch here. And shout out to Filipowski. That's a tough shot. Collier, pull up 8-foot jump shot here. Let's watch this. Let's do this. Anyways, Key gets the ball on the wing. Oh, did Key just give him the ball? Oh, this is... That's a generous assist. Whatever. Williams, 4-foot cutting... This is... Let's watch this one. Key gets the ball on the wing. Look at this. This is exciting, actually. Look at this. He sees the play before it's happening. He's getting the ball. Look how quickly he just threads the needle. He has that ball for a half second. He sees it. See that? The vision is just there. And then Cody Williams just crams it. Boom. That's good stuff. All right, now let's watch, and maybe I'll get proven wrong here, but this is a study. 7 assists from Isaiah Collier. Let's look at these and see if any of these are these Rondo assists. What I'm talking about is an assist where you kind of drive to the basket, you kind of barrel into a player, and then that kind of opens things up for someone else, and you just hand the ball off and you get an assist. Rondo used to do this trying to manufacture a triple-double. So here we go in transition here. Anderson. Now, see, those are one of those gimmies. I guess that's good. Not a bad thing. That's the same thing. He got one of those, although that's a gift. All right, here we go. Collier in isolation up the top. Look how long he has the ball. Yep. And this is actually Taylor Hendricks just making a play. See how this is not really in the flow of the offense? He just kind of barrels in. This is a Rondo assist. Barrels into the defender. It kind of opens things up just a hair for Taylor Hendricks, who makes a play. That's kind of the equivalent of Rondo barreling into someone, giving the ball to Kevin Garnett, who would make a play for him. George, 2-foot running alley-oop. This, I think, was the transition. This is actually good. Yep. Transition play, nice. You're not getting negative points for that. Sensabaugh, 3-point shot. Let's watch this. That's good. That's solid stuff. In fact, we can't really... This is actually more good than bad, so we got to give him some credit. All right, this is a 27 3-point shot from Collier. Simple play. I'm not going to knock him on that. That's a good play by Bailey, to be honest. That's actually Bailey rising up over his defender and hitting. All right, let's see this one. This is a 10-foot driving layup. Now that's a gimme. So he's had 2 gimmies where the other player just kind of makes the play. Let's see. 4-foot Filipowski layup driving shot. So this is him. That's solid basketball. That's within the offense. So 2 gimmies, 1 Rondo assist. The rest were good. I don't know. I'm not going to bang on him too much. I've been trying to watch closely because I feel like a lot of it has been, the offense hasn't run as smoothly as you would like. Hello and greetings from Czech Republic. Lifelong Jazz fan. Love the tank. Cannot wait for next year. Absolutely, Tony. Great. So anyways, that's a little look at Isaiah Collier. Kind of interesting. I don't know. I have my doubts. Bryce Sensabaugh, 6 for 14 from the field, 3 for 8 from 3, 18 points. This is what we've talked about. When you look at Keonte George, 26 points on 11 shots. Bryce Sensabaugh is 18 points on 14 shots. He's not getting the line like he does, and he's not doing enough outside of just scoring to make this super efficient. It's just not very efficient basketball. There's a reason he's a -12, and there's a reason Utah plays Collier and Sensabaugh together, because it's not really winning basketball. Now, the hope is that they can develop into key players as the season goes on, but there are question marks there. Let's see here. Taylor Hendricks or Kyle Anderson. Not much to say. I know some people might he didn't play particularly well tonight. -16. Not a great night for Kyle Anderson. Taylor Hendricks. This was nice. Was he playing super winning basketball? Not really. -12. He got kind of picked on by Cam Thomas a few times, and Thomas went to the line. And so Hendricks needs to improve on that. But what I liked is that he did some nice things. He had that one, we've already watched it, where he got the and one near the basket, which is nice to see. And he also had one driving. This is the one that made me happy, because it's like, I need to see more of this Hendricks. I need to see it. This right here, driving layup shot. This is the one. So him getting the ball, look at this. This is advantage basketball. Just gets it and immediately goes. And this was an and one. This is nice to see. Like, nice to see, because the last 3 or 4 games, I was starting to get a little worried. Like, I don't know. You're not giving up on him, but it's been pretty brutal. And so to see him have just like 2 nice plays is encouraging. It was enough to scare me, because I was like, Utah needs to lose this game. And him making plays was nice to see. He deserves some credit. Or at least we could at least rest a little easier. I know you guys stay up at night like me, like a crazy person worrying about Taylor Hendricks. Walter Clayton Jr., it's been a little quiet from him lately. I'm not going to lie. I have much more hope for his future than, I would say, Isaiah Collier. To me, Clayton has a lot more kind of substance to him. He's just kind of, in my opinion, a better basketball player, where Collier is kind of more of an athlete that has gotten good at basketball. I don't know how to explain that, but we haven't seen a lot from Clayton lately, so yeah, I don't know. All right, I think we have gone 57 minutes tonight. Holy smokes, this was a long one. That's okay. We're gonna play the music. Let's see if this works on this Streamlabs. I gotta pull up the music here. Oh, did I gotta go here. Let's see. Let's go to music. We'll see if I like this Streamlabs stuff or not. We might have wasted a little money, but that's okay. I didn't do a lot because I was like, I got to test this out before we go anywhere. Okay, I think that sounds pretty good. I think I like it at that level. All right, so first, like I said, Utah is now just 2 games back from the 4 spot. And really, look at this. They're all tied at 12. Utah's at 15. Utah's just 3.5 games back from the number 1. That is not insurmountable. That's going to be tough. But look at that. 1 game back from the 2 spot. 1. I think Utah gets the 2 spot. I think they have a real shot at it. I think they're going to do it. All right. So if the lottery was today, what would happen? Look, trade deadline is in 5 days. What would happen? Yeah! Woo! Woo! Yeah! Utah gets the number 2. Yes! Ah! Yes! I made my night. Utah wins the number 2. That means you get either, probably not Darren Peterson. He might go 1, but if they go Cam Boozer 1 and you have a chance to get Darren Peterson, heck yeah. Heck yeah. Or Devonsa, whichever. But I probably go Peterson if I can. Devonsa 2, probably Cam Boozer 3, and so great. What if Danny Ainge pulls a Danny Ainge and he thinks Caleb Wilson's the best player and you trade back to 4 and take Caleb Wilson and get even more assets? Can you imagine, guys, us sitting on lottery night just going, write it down. shout out to See Ya, Lexalator, Brian Perry, the legend, the name means king, Jace is the ace Garner, Steve Areno, Suser, Let Him Cook Sturdy Pots, Ezekiel Ricibe, the man from down under, Tyson Price, the Price is Right, Jordan the Goat, Bessrow, Christian House, Money to Haas, Robert Hall of Fame, Arts Poetica, Austin R. Grant, Editor Extraordinaire, Kiefer 3 at PG the OG, and Patrick Akubo the Connoisseur. Guys, if you could join the channel, I would appreciate it very much. Subscribe, like, share it with your friends. If you're on the podcast, make sure that you go and give 5 stars. I would appreciate it, especially on Spotify. And for those on Twitch, give me a follow. We're still figuring this out. I may try to do some Twitch streams. We'll see. Why can't I get that to work? I don't know. I'm going to keep working on it. We'll see. Guys, like the video.